Oliver,
Why are
we
you
go
taking
down
a
there.
video?
I'll tell you the story about my daughter Judith. Now she was in love with a man called Mr. Thomas Quinney. Thomas Quinney. Now that building over there, called the distillery, that used to be his tavern. And I used to like going in there because I used to like having some glasses of beer, and he usually gave me a free glass every now and again, so I was quite happy about that. Can you see that sign? Can you see the sign on the wall?
Holding there.
Can you see that? Well, that is where there used to be a cage, and that is where they used to hang the people who were drunk and disorderly. They used to keep them there for a night. That used to be a cage. There, Mr. Quinney, unfortunately Mr. Quinney, I was going to marry my daughter, but unfortunately he went and got another woman pregnant before the marriage. And this caused us a great problem, because it meant that my daughter could not now get married in Stratford, and she had to go and marry elsewhere. Well, I was really angry about this, really angry, and and in fact I almost disowned Mr. Quinney about this, and I called him as a blackguard for doing it. And but the conniving little cheat, what he did, he should have been flogged for that. But instead, he managed to pay the magistrate some money, and he got away with it, Mr. Quinney. But when I died, I left some money for my daughter Judith. I left her £300 on the condition that not a penny of it went to Mr. Quinney. Oh, that's my daughter Judith. Now, on that circle there, the island, that is where they used to put the stocks and the pillory. So anybody who was put to the pillory, they were there. So we'd have to bring our rotten fruit and throw it at them. And sometimes people would be flogged there as well. That was in the book. Anyway, shall we go back to school?
No.
Well, shall we go to my school?
Oh.
Yeah, we come to my school. Okay, we'll go down this way, across this road.
Sheesh. Miss, I'm doing like a mini vlog.
Matthew, why are you filming? Cloudy, Matthew's filming.
Look.
Excuse me.
Stop videoing. Gary, tell you it's too cheap. Gary, don't just call Matthew rich.
Miss, can I smell it?
No, let's go.
No fun. Look, that's the phone I want. Look, you can turn it into a phone and a tablet.
Oh, I see.
I'm doing a mini vlog.
Pardon? You're doing a mini tour? Vlog?
Yeah.
You'll have to show Mum when you get home, Matthew.
Look.
I see.
My tour of Stratford.
Yeah, that's what I'm planning the title. I love that shot!
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that shot! Lush cosmetic!
It does smell very nice in there, doesn't it?
Can you get me a bath bomb?
I don't know about that.
Oh,
Smell it, Matthew.
I've never.
going.
I've only been into Lush once. I've only been to Lush once, miss.
It's very
And that was in London.
in London, in Oxford Street.
Wait, isn't Oxford Street in London?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's the biggest Lush there is in the country. It's like 3 floors.
3 floors of Lush. We need to catch up. My arms are aching a bit.
Sometimes you don't. You get a bit focused, don't you, on what you think you should do. Yeah.
Hey, Ollie! Ollie! Wait for the camera! No. Aye. We gotta catch up again, or we'll... Miss? Hi.
What's the blog doing?
Hi. I like Indian food. Has the colours of Google. What if I?
Come on, you.
Yeah.
Keep going, Martin.
Oh, what?
My goodness.
That's why you shouldn't be on your phone.
No.
But I want to do a vlog. I'm sorry if I get you in my vlog.
That's okay.
If someone kills your whole family, what's that going to do? See, I might as well just not say it. No. You don't
Ah,
Quidditch. Wait, how long is that video? 7 minutes.
Now this is the Guildhall.
7 minutes.
And you can see it's more like a church, but this is a school I used to go to. And it's a school I went to. And my father was quite wealthy, and he could afford to send me to school. And this is where I came. Now, what time do you go to school in the morning? What time do you have to be there? 8:30. Huh. Huh. I used to be there at 6 o'clock in the morning. What time do you finish?
3, sometimes
3?
4.
Huh. I didn't finish till 5 o'clock. Did you go to school on Saturdays?
No.
Oh, I had 2 Saturday mornings. Now, that's the time I went to school. Now, what lessons do you think we learnt in those days?
Warehouse.
Pardon?
Like warehouse. Like,
What?
like how to do like work.
Oh, we did, well, we work, yeah, yes. Pardon? No, we didn't learn anything like that, no. Yes?
The Bible?
Yes, we had religious study. Yes, we always had religious study. Anything else that we would have learned? Well, we learned to write. Writing was very important.
Latin.
Sorry?
Latin.
Not necessarily poetry, but we had to write.
Latin.
And
I think
anything
Latin.
else we had as well?
Like Latin.
We had well, mathematics you would call
Yeah,
it.
math.
It was arithmetic.
What about Latin?
Arithmetic is what we did.
Okay.
And also, we also learnt Latin.
You were right.
We had Latin. And we weren't allowed to speak English in the school. In fact, we were punished for speaking English. And so everything had to be in Latin, because at that time the language of the church was Latin, and the language of the court, the royal court, was usually French. English was not permitted. Only ordinary people spoke English, or Angle as it was known in those days. Now, well, they were very strict with us. In fact, they marked our work. and any time that we got anything wrong, they used to make a note of it and make a note for Friday afternoon. And Friday afternoon was a terrible time, because that is when punishments were dished out. And usually it was with the birch, usually about 20 or 30 strokes of the birch, dependent on how many mistakes that we'd made.
Used to get whipped.
Do you get that at your school?
No. Well, my dad did. He used to get the cane or the slipper
Did
when
he?
he
Oh.
was at school.
That used to happen. And so Friday afternoons were not a very good time. And everybody was, when you were taken to the front, and in front of everyone, you were given a few strikes of the birch or the cane. That was my school. Now, when I was an adult, I used to live there, but unfortunately it's not there anymore. It's a garden, it's a garden for a tavern. But that used to be my house. But unfortunately it was taken down in the 19th century. A gentleman bought the house, but he got fed up of people keep knocking on the door saying, is this the house where Mr. Shakespeare used to live? And he got fed up of it, so fed up of it, that in fact he had the he had the house demolished and he sold the land. So no one else would have that problem. And that was what happened to my house. But so this is my school. Now as we go around the corner, you'll see something on the ground which tells you a little bit about the school. And you can actually go in there when you've got free time. You can go in and pay into the museum. And if you're lucky, you might get a good thrashing as well. So you can actually go into the school, which is useful. There's a school there now, which is the current Stratford Grammar School, but it's a lot different to my school. Any questions so far?
No, it's
Right. Now, as we go down this road, you'll see there's some real traditional Tudor buildings, and people are actually living in those houses. But now we're going to go now to where my other daughter, Susanna, lives, and I'll tell you all about Susanna and her marriage. Right, okay, follow me.
Rather spiffy there. No, you're probably going to post that video.
Number one, sorry. Most children have to pay for them. I didn't, obviously, because it was
Where's Sir? That's what I'm going to do.
Hashtag longhead Larry. Amazing. Is that a new YouTube video? 5 cameras, how old?
Okay, have a look at these Tudor buildings as we go down the road. This way, please.
Why did you forget it? Daddy. Why are you videoing?
My camera's so smooth.
Your video is
I just bounded into that. Right, someone go without camera. That would end me.
I didn't get you, I just...
Shut up. You bloody well shut up.
my God. He's zooming in on random people walking down the street.
Hi, Daniel. Nancy. Hi. How much battery do I have? I have 47. Matthew.
I didn't walk into it this time.
Matthew. How smooth are your cameras?
10-inch pizza, same length as my...
And this is not even a iPhone Pro.
I don't have 13.
Were you in front of Daniel?
I'm not. I'm his friend. So what's on my friend?
Yeah, the trip is actually, like, well, tour is actually going really well. And I think Stratford is a pretty good place, full of history. Anyways, let's get back to the tour.
It was mostly awesome. Oh yeah.
Say hello to some of my friends behind me. Hi.
Matthew, is this your vlog, Matthew?
I am.
I should have brought my GoPro.
And Matthew, what GoPro do you
I
have?
don't know. I got good for Christmas.
Matthew just has
Yeah, I'm kind of stuck on what to say. I'm kind of stuck on what to say. But so far, it's a pretty good trip.
Maybe. Someone's throwing up right now.
Move against the wall, move against the gate, stand by the gate.
You don't like anything.
Stand by the gate, move around, move around.
Don't stand and deform it.
Move around this way, come on this way.
Miss, somebody probably got drunken.
Move around.
Yeah. Let me zoom in on him.
By here. I know the was shouting.
Oh wow.
Move, come here, move around. Right, this is known as Hall's Croft. It's owned by Dr. John Hall. And Dr. John Hall married my daughter Susanna.
Daniel.
And my daughter Susanna was a very intelligent girl. She was very intelligent. And she became a good match marrying Dr. John Hall because he was also a very intelligent man. He was very much forward in a lot of the cures that he used for lots of people. And it was very much about the whole aspect of medical science rather than looking for things like common old wives' tale cures. And he did study a lot. He studied a lot about anatomy and how the human body works, and he was very good. My daughter Susanna, as I said this morning, girls didn't usually go to school, but my daughter Susanna was a very intelligent girl, and I helped her, I taught her to read and write. And she was very clever, and she used to like me to read some of my plays to her before she went to sleep at night. And so, and she did read a lot of plays, and she gave me some comments about them, some ideas and so on. And with Dr. John Hall, I was very, very pleased with this marriage. And this, you can go into this building when you've got the time. It's a museum known as Hall's Croft. It was used in a film recently called All Is True, and it was they used that building quite successfully. And I say the gardens are there. That was their gardens, and they were very religious people, and they were very kind people. And this is where that she lived, my daughter Susanna. Now, who knows when I died? What year did I die?
Like 16 something.
1712.
What year did I die?
Yeah, 1669.
Anybody know?
16.
No. It was 1616.
Oh.
And I died on the day of my birthday, 23rd of April. And in my will, I say I left £300 to Judith, I left it for
This
her
is
on
actually
condition she didn't spend any on Mr.
really
Quinney. But I left all the money to, well, to Susanna and Dr. Hall. But to my wife, to Mathaway, I left my second best bed. Now why did I leave my second best bed? Sorry? Not necessarily, no. No, because when people came to stay, you usually put those people in the best room with the best bed. So I wanted to make sure that my wife had the second best bed. Now, when I slipped off this mortal coil, my body is buried down at the church, just down the road there. So we're going now to the churchyard, and when I'm there, I'm going to tell a grisly ghost story. Really grisly. Okay, let's follow me.
是不是要唱的？
No.
看看需不需要音响？
I'm sorry, I have to end this vlog short. My phone battery's gonna die soon. So have fun, stay safe, and be cool.